Parliaments are the beating hearts of democratic societies. They are where ideas clash, debates rage, and laws are forged. But what if we could measure the pulse of these institutions? What if we could analyze the very flow of time within their hallowed halls? This is the ambitious goal of the Parliamentary Chronoanalyzer. The Chronoanalyzer is more than a simple clock. It is a sophisticated tool designed to study the temporal dynamics of legislative bodies. By tracking, measuring and analysing how time impacts parliamentary processes, we can gain a deeper understanding of how these institutions function. This, in turn, can lead to improvements in legislative efficiency, transparency and ultimately better governance. Imagine a world where we can predict the lifespan of a law, anticipate political stalemates and even forecast potential crises. This is the promise of the Parliamentary Chronoanalyzer, a tool that can illuminate the often murky waters of political decision-making. By understanding the temporal dimension of Parliament, we can unlock hidden patterns, anticipate challenges, and create a more responsive and effective democratic process.
The Parliamentary Chronoanalyzer is a complex instrument with several interconnected components, each designed to measure a different aspect of time within the legislative process. Let's take a closer look at these components. First, we have the parliamentary clock. This is the most basic element, tracking the literal time spent on various activities like debates, votes, and committee meetings. It provides a raw data stream of how parliamentary time is allocated. Next, there's the political pendulum. This component analyzes the balance of power between the ruling party and the opposition. It tracks the time each group spends speaking, proposing amendments, and controlling the legislative agenda. Then, we have the debate timer. This element zooms in on individual debates, measuring not just their duration, but also the speaking time of individual members. This can reveal patterns in argumentation, coalition building, and individual influence. Finally, there's the legislative cycle. This component tracks the journey of bills from introduction to enactment, measuring the time spent in each stage of the legislative process. It helps identify bottlenecks and areas where reforms could expedite lawmaking.
The Chronoanalyzer goes beyond simply measuring time. It seeks to understand the rhythm of legislation. This involves analyzing the patterns, cycles, and tempos that characterize the legislative process. One key aspect is legislative rhythm, the ebb and flow of activity throughout a parliamentary session. The Chronoanalyzer can identify periods of intense activity, such as when crucial bills are debated, and periods of relative calm. Understanding this rhythm can help optimize parliamentary schedules, ensuring that sufficient time is allocated to important matters. Another crucial aspect is synchronization, or the alignment of different parliamentary processes. For example, the timing of committee hearings should synchronize with the overall legislative calendar to avoid delays. The Chronoanalyzer can help identify areas where synchronization is lacking and recommend adjustments to streamline the legislative process. By analyzing the rhythm and synchronization of parliamentary activities, the Chronoanalyzer provides valuable insights into the efficiency and effectiveness of the legislative process. This information can then be used to introduce reforms, optimize scheduling, and ultimately enhance the responsiveness of Parliament to the needs of the people it serves.
Section 4. Predicting the lifespan of laws, a temporal perspective. One of the more intriguing applications of the Parliamentary Chronoanalyzer lies in its potential to estimate the lifespan of laws. By analyzing historical data on the legislative process, the Chronoanalyzer can identify factors that correlate with the longevity of legislation. For example, laws that undergo extensive debate and amendment processes may have greater staying power than those rushed through Parliament. Similarly, laws passed with broad bipartisan support might have longer lifespans than those enacted along partisan lines. The ability to estimate the lifespan of laws is valuable for a number of reasons. It can help lawmakers craft more durable legislation by focusing on factors that promote longevity. It can also inform resource allocation decisions, ensuring that limited resources are directed towards laws with the greatest potential for impact.
Section 5. Applications and interpretations. Deciphering the data. The data collected by the Parliamentary Chronoanalyzer can be interpreted in numerous ways, providing valuable insights into the functioning of Parliament. One key application is tracking the frequency of various parliamentary events, such as the number of bills introduced, debates held, and votes taken. Analyzing these frequencies over time can reveal trends in legislative activity, such as an increase or decrease in the number of bills passed each year. This information can be used to assess the productivity of Parliament and identify potential areas for improvement. Another application is analyzing the length of different parliamentary cycles. For example, tracking the average time it takes a bill to move from introduction to enactment can highlight potential bottlenecks in the legislative process. Furthermore, the Chronoanalyzer can measure the level of synchronization between different parliamentary activities. For instance, it can analyze the timing of committee hearings in relation to the overall legislative calendar. A high degree of synchronization suggests an efficient and well-coordinated legislative process.
Section 6. Predicting political crises, a tool for stability. Perhaps the most ambitious application of the Parliamentary Chronoanalyzer lies in its potential to predict political crises. By analyzing historical data and identifying patterns that precede periods of political instability, the Chronoanalyzer could serve as an early warning system for potential crises. For example, a sharp increase in the length of debates, a surge in filibusters, or a breakdown in synchronization between parliamentary processes could be indicative of heightened political tensions. Recognizing these patterns early on could allow for interventions to de-escalate conflicts and prevent crises from erupting. While predicting political crises with absolute certainty is likely impossible, the Chronoanalyzer could provide valuable insights into the factors that contribute to instability. This information could then be used to develop strategies for mitigating risks, promoting dialogue, and ultimately fostering a more stable and resilient political system.